Integrative Medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a good day wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show and whatever you may be doing. And Wayne Elliott's our guest in this hour. And Katie's in studio. Reggie's in studio. You're there. I'm here. That's a perfect formula. That's called a talk show. Got all the ingredients to bake the cake. Pinch of this, a pinch of that. And next thing you know, got a wonderful, maybe a cake shouldn't be the metaphor. Why not? Okay. Cake is good. You like cake, Katie?
Not really.
What's your favorite dessert? I'm curious.
Strawberry rhubarb pie.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It was so specific.
Where did that come from?
I grew up making it with my grandma. We used to pick rhubarb out in our yard when I lived up north, so it's just like a comfort thing to me. Had some last night, actually.
What's that?
I had some last night for the first time in a while.
Where did you find it?
Village Inn.
Village Inn. Oh, my God.
They're really hard to find here. Rhubarb's not very popular. It's not a very southern thing, so it gets hard to find rhubarb.
Yeah, rhubarb's an interesting food.
It is.
Yeah, strawberry rhubarb pie. They probably put too much sugar in it, if I had to guess.
They at the restaurant that I went to, yeah, they definitely do. But when I make it, not so much. You kind of got it with rhubarb. If you've ever had rhubarb, you almost need a little bit of sugar.
I have.
Have you, Reggie? Do you know what rhubarb is?
Nah, I've never had it before. My favorite dessert is like cherry pie.
Ugh.
I like cherry pie.
Yeah, too much sugar. So, Katie, when we get past this coronavirus business, if you bake some of it, I will have a piece.
Okay. You don't have to ask me twice to make a strawberry rhubarb pie.
Yeah, let's do that.
Provided you don't put a ton of sugar in it.
I won't, I promise.
Okay.
What's your favorite dessert?
Oh, Italian chocolate layer cake.
I'm not sure I know what that is.
I'm going to look it up, though, and I'm going to put it on the stream.
Oh, man.
Is that like the colored cake?
It's chocolate. Chocolate, and it's got, Italian chocolate layer cake.
Do you know
oh, my God.
Do you know what I'm thinking of? They're like yellow, pink, and green. They're like maybe they're like Italian cookies or something. I don't know what they're called.
I don't know. In terms of pastries, many of the Italian pastries are wonderful. My mother used to make them all the time, and it was a delight, just a delight. She was so good at it. It's an art.
Oh, Katie, I think you've seen it before. If you see the picture of it, you'll recognize it when you see it. You just didn't know that.
It sounds delicious.
Find a photo of it and put it up on the screen, and when you do, let me know. So I put my camera on. Let me go. I'll go there now. All right, so now I can see myself. I don't like to watch myself on here. I got the cameras and whatnot. But Wayne Elliott's our guest today. I wonder if he's had strawberry rhubarb pie. Wayne, have you ever had a slice of strawberry rhubarb pie?
He's in Canada. Of course he has.
You bet, Doc. Rhubarb grows like gangbusters here in Canada.
Exactly.
You don't want me to tell you my favorite dessert, or we'll take the rest of the show. I just about love them all.
I love them all. My favorite dessert is all of them.
I'm partial to chocolate cake with that good Betty Crocker icing on top, thick preferably.
That's funny.
I got you, Doc. There it is.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
If anybody in Canada has not had strawberry rhubarb pie, I would be very surprised. Because where I lived in upstate New York was like 10 minutes from the Canadian border, and rhubarb was huge up there. It's like living in Canada and never having poutine.
You know what we used to do as young kids, Katie, when we were allowed to be out all day, and not checking in, and we'd be playing and get hungry. And rhubarb, it seems to me, from my memory, grew especially well along fence lines for some reason.
Yep.
And we would pull it right out, snap it off, and eat it. And it was bitter, but if you're hungry, it does the job. But I like it a lot better in pie with strawberries and sugar. Oh, boy. I should donate my body to science. There's maybe enough sugar there to last a while. I
don't know. Yeah, listen, we all commit nutritional sin, but you don't want to commit so much of it that you can't find nutritional redemption. So I'm just saying, using a religious metaphor, like I said the other day on air, Wayne, one day I was in the kitchen at iHeartMedia when we were allowed to be at work, and somebody had donuts, and they said, "No, Doc, you want a donut?" I said, "Listen, if I'm going to commit a nutritional sin, it won't be on a donut. No, it won't be that."
That's what my wife always says, Doc. No, I'm not going to do that. If I'm going to, geez, I want 6.
Yeah, well, if you would put something in front of me that was really worth committing the sin over. Like I use this metaphor all the time, when you're going to rob a bank, okay? You got bank on one corner, and then a couple blocks down the street is the bigger bank, both federal banks. Rob the bigger bank. In case if you get caught, you're still going to get the same amount of time. The bigger bank's going to have bigger money. Go for the bigger bank, and I always go for the bigger dessert. That's just me. So how are you anyhow?
I'm good. And just one more point on the desserts. I was really lucky they never made the Krispy Kreme donuts up here. They had one place in Toronto or Mississauga, and that's just too much traffic. But I'll tell you, in Florida, I swear I could have laid underneath that conveyor and just let those warm beauties drop right into my mouth.
That's funny, because I would do anything to go back up north and get a donut.
Oh, my God.
If you want to switch places on donuts.
Katie, I'll send you some stale Tim Hortons donuts, and you can send me a piece of your pie, and I'll eat it even if it is stale.
I can see him just laying under like a conveyor belt, just waiting.
That's a funny image. For people who don't know Krispy Kreme, you could go into the store, sit at the counter, and they would have glass, and they would show the donuts being made, moving along this giant conveyor belt. It would smell like heaven, and you would look like a tank.
They'd have to take a wall out to get me out of the joint, Doc. I wouldn't be able to get through the door. One of my best buddies. One of my best buddies and former teammate. Just a great guy. He's gone now, but his mother, was such a loving mother. Well, Joe got to a point, and this was after football, you see, so we weren't working out, where he got to a point where for breakfast he had 2 full pound cakes and a half a pot of coffee, and but then again, in about 10 years, he gained over 200 pounds. And like you're saying, Doc, you can't take it past the point of any return, and that's really the way we got to think, isn't it? That was a hell of a comeback for him. He did lose 160 pounds, but it took 2 years, and it was pretty tough. And detoxing, and you gotta be a bit of a policeman for yourself, have a conscience about these things, I guess.
100%. I mean, commit the nutritional sin, but not to the point where you can't be redeemed anymore. And I went to Catholic school as a boy, and they taught us about venial sins and mortal sins. And so I remember asking the nun, I said, I was, my mind, the way it works, I'm thinking mortal sin, that's really bad. I said, so sister, if I commit a bunch of venial sins, I'm good, right? It's okay. They're venial. It's okay. I can commit more of those. I forget what she said, but it was probably, pretty corrective. All right. So when we come back, we'll talk with Wayne, and we'll get off of the strawberry rhubarb pie, and we'll move into some other areas. He has some things on his mind he'd like to share with you, and we'll build on that. Yeah, we got to lighten this up a little bit, man. It's a really dark these days, so maybe we can, if we can find a way to laugh, it's all good. LTN, Coast to Coast, and globally featuring Wayne Elliott from Strauss Naturals on LTN.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone-Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone-Up gives you all of these. Bone-Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone-Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
And welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. Wayne Elliott is our guest. Wayne, welcome back. What did you have on the menu for today? I know it wasn't strawberry rhubarb pie, but what else did you have on the menu?
Well, every day, Doc, I have my smoothie, which has kind of become my favorite meal. I love it with 4 of the nuts and seeds that are supposed to be beneficial to me, and spinach, and usually 2 fruits. I'm best to use 1, but I usually do use 2, and protein powder. Later on, I hope a little veal cutlet is what I really have a taste for today. But I ramped up my exercise, Doc. We were talking about stress before, and yesterday heck of a day, I'll tell you. But I spread. It was 100 degrees here with the humidity yesterday. How about that?
Oh my God.
With snow the week before and 100 yesterday. But I spread 2 dump truck loads of topsoil, shovel and rake yesterday, from 4 a.m. till noon, and then I thought about calling an air ambulance because I was beat. But I am ramping it up. My old buddy and teammate and I that work out 3 days a week. We've got a plan. We're increasing the weight slowly and so forth, and that's going to be the main way that I try and stay healthy, Doc, and strengthen my immune system together with the supplements I take, of course.
I had some people ask, Wayne, I had some people ask me, we haven't talked about it in a while. They said, Doc, you haven't mentioned anything about the heart drops. And I said, we're going to get back to it. We're going to get back to it. And the Strauss heart drops is that in Canada, that product has been there for decades. And so it's almost a legendary product in Canada. It's popular in the U.S., but in Canada, it really has a special place with people who are into natural or alternative or functional medicine approaches, taking supplements and whatnot. The product is well known. Isn't that right?
Well, you bet, Dr. Garko. My own personal experience over all these years has just been, it's been the most rewarding thing in my life, that's for sure. In addition to first saving me, and then both my folks, I was just so grateful for that. Dad had the same issues as his mom, and what they called hardening of the arteries in the old days. I don't know what they call it now, and cholesterol issues as I did.
They still call it.
And my mom had her dad died at age 50, and my mom had started mini strokes, years and years ago, and but she never suffered she'd been on heart drops for many years before she passed a year or so ago at age, in her 88th year, and very healthy too, Dr. Garko. Geez, she would come to Florida with me for a month, 7 weeks, I think was the longest one time. And boy, she just came right alive. She'd walk a couple of miles twice a day on that boardwalk, and it was just amazing. I always noticed the difference between the elderly folks in South Florida during the winter and ours up here in Canada, where, the ice and snow, and understandably people are afraid to go for walks. You slip on the sidewalk and break a hip or something, then they're usually curtains for the older folks. And so, the heart drops helped her so much as well. Diabetes, never suffered any of the things that diabetics often suffer with sore feet and so forth. So, but those heart drops, that were made 40 years ago, Dr. Garko, for Jim Strauss, by Jim and Peter Strauss, after that massive heart attack Jim had. Refused surgery, refused any medicines, and took them 2 or 3 hours to, it took them hardly any time, I guess, to come up with the ingredients, and then it took 2 or 3 hours chewing and with a gram scale and tasting until they were satisfied they had it. And Peter made a tincture, and Jim drank what we consider a couple of weeks worth now of Heart Drops. Drank that every day, and in 2.5 weeks walked to his mailbox, and in 6.5 weeks went back to work for 25 years. So his own story is an amazing story, and they were actually created for him. Most of these other formulas they have are 2 centuries old, 200 plus years old. But the Heart Drops was actually made for Jim. And boy, am I glad the day I heard about them, Dr. Garko. I'll be grateful till my last breath for the Strauss Heart Drops.
Yeah.
And
was Wayne, was Jim Strauss an herbalist, or in his family, were they herbalists or what?
Well, they were, truthfully, Dr. Garko, Jim himself was an electrical engineer. He went to school and became an electrical engineer and ran Saskatchewan Power Corporation. Once he thought that they'd come out with the aspirin back in the, I think, 1950 or so, and then came out with a couple other pills. And Jim said to me, I thought they found a better way. And he went to work at Saskatchewan Hydro, I think for somewhere between 5 and 10 years back then. And of course, then he learned that, these pharmaceuticals, he learned more about them and couldn't understand how chemicals could actually heal people and so forth. So he went back into the trade. They're really medicine men, and the craft that they have by both recognizing the medicinal value of an herb and putting them together in proper proportion. They did it by taste. And I've never heard of any other family or group that put their formulas together like that, Dr. Garko. But boy, my experience with them, of course, over all this while, their craft, they sure had it down cold. And Peter Strauss, my friend Peter, Jim's son, he of course is trained the way his dad was. And
well, you hold your thought. Hold your thought. When we come back, we'll talk some more in this business about herbal formulations.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
On this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. And you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Celsius, Live Fit. CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Can't talk. My tongue's getting in the way of my mouth. Wayne Elliott is our guest today. Katie, did you get that video?
Not yet. It'll probably take a minute.
I got it to you. We'll see. I'll work on it. And talking with Wayne today about the Strauss heart drops. Now, let me just say this to you. It turns out that when you look at human biology, and I'm not the only one who has talked about this, much has been written about it, you just have to find the right authors. We are, as remarkable as we are as a species, we are vulnerable in certain ways to disease. And one of the targets of disease is our arteries. You are only as healthy as and as old as your arteries. It is remarkable. And when you take your vascular system and put together the capillaries, the arteries, and the veins and stretch them out, it's over 60,000 miles of this vascular system. That's a couple of times around the earth. So think about that for a second. And you got this heart, this pump, that's servicing all of that highway, all of that vascular highway. And if that highway is corrupted with potholes and whatnot, right? Get the image? And the pump doesn't work well, you're in a lot of trouble. And what Wayne was talking about, hardening of the arteries, Well, they still call that. It's called atherosclerosis. And it's a killer. Wayne, welcome back. So this product, it's not just a product in my mind, Wayne. It is something that can change people's lives. I mean, it did that for you. You've told that story many times. In fact, maybe you wouldn't even be here talking, but for the Strauss Heart Drops and the heavy therapeutic commitment you made to it. So I'm trying to impress upon the audience its importance. It's not just some product, in my mind. I know that's the way you feel about it too.
Well, apart from my own life and so many people close to me, Dr. Garko, I saw so many lives changed. And, blood flow, as you said, is energy. If it wasn't so important and every single cell in our body didn't need it, I don't suppose we'd have those 60,000 miles of vessels and veins. Hard to get your head around that when you think of it inside these bodies, but it just shows it is the most important body function. And wherever we have restriction, as you said, as I was experiencing as much younger man, half my lifetime almost ago, it's no joke. I mean, people who are listening, Dr. Garko, that have those problems, they know what I'm talking about, the lack of energy and the lack of will. And then sometimes I don't think I'm the only one that had some anxiety during that time. It's just not a nice way to live. And I wanted to mention just before the break there, I think one of the coolest things that Jim Strauss ever did, he saved his money until he had enough to take a year off and take his son Pete, at I think age 13, Dr. Garko, around the world on ships. And they spent a full 12 months, every continent. He told me stories about New Zealand and Australia and so forth. And I said, when he first told me this, I said, why'd you do that? Just to give Peter, a worldly experience, enrich his life and so forth? He said, well, there was that too, but I really did it so that Pete could make natural medicine anywhere in the world and would never be without it. And, when you think about that, that's really something. And, of course, Peter has the craft just as his father did and their ancestors did. And, I've seen what so many doctors have called miracles, Dr. Garko, for myself. And the Strauss Heart Drops, truly, there is nothing like them, and they're kind of in a category all their own, in my opinion. And Jim Strauss's dream was to get Strauss Heart Drops on the Canadian Medicare system, because he said, if we could eliminate or almost eliminate heart attacks and strokes, every Canadian could have a fine old age pension that they could live on. Our pension system isn't too strong here, and seniors, if they don't have another pension or some savings, it's pretty tough go to try and, especially if a person's on their own, pretty tough go to make ends meet.
Let me ask you, you have these testimonials. I remember over the years when Strauss used to be on my show before, I read some of those testimonials from people. If sometime in the future you have a moment and you can get your mitts on a couple of those testimonials, they were powerful. Now, certainly I've been trained as a scientist, and it's all about the data for me. And some of my colleagues are very dismissive of anecdotal data. I'm not. I think that the stories that people have to tell are powerful, and they are data of a different kind. So if sometime in the future, if you could get a couple of those, there were some that I was taken aback. These were honest, sincere people, Wayne, that were telling their story.
You bet. There's a couple of clinical studies too, Dr. Garko. I know I delivered the check 20 years ago for Jim Strauss to the London Medical Center in London, Ontario. It's probably, after Hamilton, Ontario, it's probably the number one medical capital of Ontario, if you will, or the number two, rather. I delivered that check. They did the first clinical study. And what I really loved was Jim insisted that one of the test criteria be, how does the test candidate feel? And something that apparently is not usual or just not ever done with pharmaceutical clinical studies. But anyway, it was a resounding, remarkable results from that small study. And everything from cholesterol, triglycerides, all the way down the line. And then there was a larger study done years later. I had nothing to do with that, and I honestly can't recall any details, but what I will do is get you those as well.
Oh, yeah, I would love to see those. I would love to see that study and the findings from that study. As you know, Wayne, this is an evidence-based show, and since you've been on, as you recall, too, we've had people wanting to know, have there been any clinical trials? And we've been able to say yes to that. And maybe going forward, if we can really send them to a place where they can get they can go and read about it or whatnot. If you could nail that down, that would be great. You're listening and and watching Wayne Elliott on Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast and globally. Strauss Heart Drops, a must for your arteries, no doubt.
Wayne Elliott here to tell you about my experience with Strauss Heart Drops over the past 20 years. The Strauss Heart Drops saved me back then and changed my life forever. It's hard to describe how invigorating it is when you increase your blood flow everywhere. The Heart Drops have proven to dissolve plaque from arteries, veins, and vessels caused from cholesterol that can restrict or block our blood flow, our body's most important function. I was able to avoid open heart surgery, as was my father, and instead cleared our arteries painlessly and without chemical drugs, which, by the way, do not claim to remove any plaque or increase blood flow otherwise. Strauss Heart Drops work, I can assure you. No contraindications with pharma drugs. Strauss Heart Drops are safe, and Strauss guarantees your satisfaction with a money-back guarantee. So you can't go wrong and certainly have nothing to lose. If you've had open heart surgery, angina, diabetes, low energy, cold hands and feet, or grayish-blue skin or lips, Strauss Heart Drops are for you. For more information, go online to StraussNaturals.com. You can purchase Strauss Heart Drops at fine health stores or on Amazon. I promise you won't be sorry.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products. Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone-Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone-Up gives you all of these. Bone-Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone-Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome. They branch off the aorta, which is the base. Now, the right coronary artery and the left coronary artery and the left anterior descending and the left circumflex artery are the four major coronary arteries. And this business of these arteries getting diseased is serious business. And you cannot afford, I mean, you can go a lifetime and not even know that your arteries are being diseased and being damaged. And there are many causes to damage the arteries, high blood pressure being one of them. Wayne Elliott's my guest. Wayne, have you found, has it been reported that the Strauss heart drops are able to help people with their blood pressure?
Absolutely, Dr. Garko. It seems that high blood pressure is caused by either the heart or the kidneys. And if your heart is the cause of your high blood pressure, then Strauss heart drops have lowered many people's blood pressure, of course. In my case, it was my kidneys. My left kidney, a couple of natural therapists told me, iridologist and a reflexologist. And so the Strauss kidney blood pressure formula lowered my blood pressure over 20 years ago. And I think I mentioned on the last show or two that it's still 120/70. Even that day, I was very nervous in the hospital for a scope. And I just not comfortable in hospitals. And they took my blood pressure just before it was my turn. And it was 120/70. So, yeah, if your heart is the cause of your high blood pressure, Strauss heart drops have certainly shown to lower it. Interesting, with a lot of people, it'll go up a couple of points first, Dr. Garko. I never understood that. No one ever had an issue. We never had one complaint way back then, and I understand since. Yeah, and not a lot, of course, but it might go up by 3 or 4 points.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know why it would do that, Wayne. But I just want to convey to the audience that high blood pressure is treatable. And there are high blood pressure medications. I know you make a deal with the devil sometimes when you have to take a high blood pressure med. I get that. But you also have natural therapies also. And Strauss heart drops is a natural therapy. And there are, Wayne, there are folks who listen and watch this show that also take their heart drops with their blood pressure meds. I'm sure you're aware of that, right?
Absolutely. No issues there, Doc. There's no contraindications with Strauss Heart Drops or any Strauss formula with any pharmaceutical. And what I've always said to people, Dr. Garko, years ago, as you know, the kidney blood pressure original formula is back and available again as of February. But years ago, I'd say to folks, if you don't know whether it's your heart or your kidneys, and you don't really care, you just want to be helped, take the Strauss Heart Drops with the kidney blood pressure and see for yourself. And of course, great results were achieved.
Sure.
So sure. Yeah, you can take and I've taken as many as 7-8 Strauss formulas at once. That I would be on in the days where they had 50 formulas.
Sure.
And so no contraindications. You can't overdose. There's no harm to be done to you.
So what the audience, what I can share with you is this: over time, uncontrolled, untreated high blood pressure can cause the arteries around your kidneys to narrow, weaken, and harden. These damaged arteries are not able to deliver enough blood to the kidney tissue, and damaged kidney arteries do not filter blood very well. So, you have these systems, Wayne: cardiovascular system, your respiratory system, and your urinary system, the kidneys. They work in concert. Oftentimes, doctor will give medications for all three to get all three in sync. It's very difficult to do. And, we have a question of the day. So here, so what would be the question of the day? How many thousands of miles are there of vascularity in your body? 20,000 or 60,000? How many thousands of miles, when you put the capillaries, arteries, and veins together, how many thousands of miles will they stretch? 20,000 or 60,000? 877-897-8255 is a toll-free number. Call speed dial Katie. She'll take your call. How many thousands of miles? I'll give you a hint. It can get you around the world twice. There you go. So you're right about the kidneys, Wayne. It's very important. That kidney blood pressure, that kidney product is terrific, by the way.
It sure is, Doc. I'm just finishing my cleanse with it, and good results, of course. So, great product. If we got a minute, can I tell you
we have a
quick
call.
story
Let me
about
take this
Jim
call,
Strauss
Wayne.
and corn?
Let me take this call out of Dover, Florida. Lori, what's the answer, real quick? 60,000. You're 100% right. Go ahead. All right. She got the answer.
Go ahead to me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. The answer was 60,000. And I really enjoy your show, and I think the numbers are changing on the downloads and the podcast because they air your show more than 2 hours, and I listen and re-listen.
Well, thank you for doing that, Lori. I know they replay the show. They like the content. So you're right about that. Congratulations. I hope your family's safe and well. We appreciate you. You're a long-time listener, and I'm grateful for you. We're almost out of time, and I want to say a proper goodbye to Wayne, too. Wayne, thank you for coming on today. I'm sorry I had to cut you short there. I wanted to get her on and get the answer. But name the products that the audience needs to do real quick at 30 seconds.
Strauss Heart Drops, Strauss CardioCalm, CardioCalm, and Strauss Kidney Blood Pressure. Just a great
all three taken together is a winner. And we'll talk some more. Wayne, take care of yourself. It's always nice to see you on the radio. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
Celsius is a fitness drink which is clinically proven to function. How? As a thermogenic, Celsius proprietary MetaPlus blend accelerates metabolism, increasing your body's ability to burn fat and calories. There are only two ways a body burns fat: through increased heart rate and our increased body temperature, thermogenesis. Drinking Celsius and then going into motion is double dipping. You're accelerating the burn and the results are even faster. Celsius is your ultimate fitness partner. No high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors. 100% of 7 essential vitamins. Proven in 6 published university studies. How does it work? Celsius proprietary MetaPlus formula, including green tea with EGC